everybody, to SRN's coverage of the Inspired Racing League. Monday night, we are at Legacy, Texas. Drivers are taking their qualifying times as we speak. Got many cars on track here. Unfortunately, trading paints is not working this week, so we're going to have some pretty basic paint schemes, but numbers should all be the same, so no issues there. Let's take a look at our race conditions for the evening. So they're going to be 76 degrees as your ambient temperature, 45% humidity with 4-mile-an-hour wind. The track temperature there is 111 degrees, so that's going to be pretty hot and pretty slick on that track. And just while they're still qualifying here, as a point that people may not know, so we are at Legacy, Texas, like I said, and what that means is that this track is different from the current day Texas. And what happened? Well, in 2017, the real world track got a redo. They repaved the entire track, and in turn 1 and 2, as you see right here, they moved the banking from 24 degrees to 20 degrees and left turn 3 and 4 the same. So this is actually the 2008-2009 version of this track, and then in 2017, iRacing updated the track to include the new pavement, and basically those were the changes, repave, and the change in turn 1 and 2, decreasing the banking, and then they made the racing surface all the way around from 60 feet wide to 80 feet wide, so you have more racing surface. So as we race this track, it's going to be a little bit more worn out asphalt. It's going to be less banking in turn 1 and 2, so you will definitely see the drivers at the bottom of the track in 1 and 2 and possibly moving up in 3 and 4. So a very unique track with a lot of character in it. And so this should be a lot of fun to watch this evening. Let's take a look at our grid as the drivers have gone ahead and qualified. Let's see if we can bring that up. No, it's not bringing the actual grid view. Let me see here. All right. Well, let's just do it off of the tower then. So Elijah Fisher takes first place. Zeb Johnson in second. Third is going to go to Shane Haar. Aaron Stanton is going to be the fourth position. Fifth is going to go to Nathan Johnson. Sixth is Stephen Henning. Wade Alexander is going to be in seventh. Eighth is going to go to Mike Hauser. Jordan Giorno, I'll get it out, is in ninth. Chris Leota in 10th. So let's get on our actual vehicles here, as they are right at the end of qualifying, which is probably why it didn't bring up the grid just yet, because time had not expired, but everyone has taken their times. There's the grid. So as we go past 10th place, you can see that 11th is Cade Cannon, 12th is going to be Chad McNeil, and as we scroll down, 13, Logan McNeil, Jason Williams in 14th, AJ Thompson is going to be 15th, 16th is Blake Hasty, 17th is going to go to Brett Hanrahan, Bobby Hadaway in 18th, 19th is going to be Rob Willoit, and Cameron Wessenberg is 20th, 21st is going to be Garrett Jenkins, and Travis Eccles is going to round out this 22-car field. All right, and these cars are starting to take the track, as you see there. Got about a minute here before they have to take off and get on the grid, or they will start from the pits. This track, one of my favorites, as it is my home NASCAR track, being just south of Austin. Circuit of the Americas and Texas are what I would call my home tracks, and this one is particularly fun. Been to it many times. Great mile and a half with a lot of side-by-side racing, especially in 3 and 4. That is where these drivers are going to want to make those passes, because you can go side by side quite a bit more in that corner than you can in 1 and 2 with the lack of banking over there. Go to that outside, you got to go the long way around, and the lack of banking is making it so it's a little bit slower. So we'll have to see these drivers stay glued to the bottom side and how the top works. But in 3 and 4, they're going to be able to work around a little bit more. I wouldn't say that they want to go to the top of the track, but they definitely can use that middle lane and get some momentum off of the corner. Like they are about to start rolling now. And again, apologies, Trading Paints is down worldwide right now. A few people are starting to get it back and make it work, but not the case for me just yet. So unfortunately, we are going to have to deal with some basic paints. Drivers are definitely rolling now. We're just one pace lap here and we'll get under green. While we get the first one going, I should be able to get a real quick interview here with Elijah. Elijah, Matt in the booth, you got me?
Yes, I do.
Well, I know you only got a couple of seconds here, but what's going to be your strategy starting this race? Are we gonna take it easy on these tires, or are we gonna try to stay out front?
I don't know. That's kind of the question to ask everyone, I guess. But yeah, we're just gonna try to play it safe. Maybe do a little tire managing just to see how they are, and we're either gonna get a long green flag run to start, or it's gonna be a caution fest. And if it's a caution fest, we'll push harder. If it's a long green flag run, we're gonna play a little Harvick strategy.
Yeah, very good. Well, we saw in the pre-race and the race info, since we are going an extra lap, we'll talk to you for a moment here. So it's 111 degrees track temperature right now. I got to imagine that's going to beat up tires. So I would say try to conserve here. If you're not leading, it don't matter just yet, does it?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think it's warm. It's going to shred the tires and everything, but just take it easy. I don't really want to warm them up under pace either.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, good luck on this first opening run, and the rest of the way we'll be watching.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. That's Elijah Fisher, and that 4 car down on the bottom there. He's our pole sitter. And after this lap, we will get this thing going. Couple of guys warming the tires up there. They're going to get plenty warm here just after one lap or so. But you know, on cold tires and a hot track, turn 1, lap 1 can be very treacherous. So some of these guys are opting to go ahead and heat the tires while that might overheat them a little bit at the end of the run. They don't want to be super loose here at the beginning, so they're just kind of making that call to warm them up a little bit and make sure that they got grip going into that first corner. And we're going to see exactly how that goes right now as they are bricking up here pretty tight. Green flag in the air. Elijah Fisher gets a great jump, and so does the 21 of Shane Haar. See if he can make that pass here into turn 1 to take the second position. So that outside line hanging pretty good there on the opening laps, and he is falling back there. You can see that drive off is not so good on the higher side early in this run. We'll keep an eye on that. See the cars kind of fan out here in 3 and 4 because there is more banking like I spoke of, so they are going to be able to do a little bit more up there on the high side in 3 and 4. And the 54 up there of Zeb Johnson is committed to that, but on this end, it's just not as good as he. Ooh, and he scrapes the wall, bumps the wall there, bumps the 27 as well, and he is off pace, gets clipped from behind there. Hard to not check up, and he is still rolling, so we are under green still. You see just in the back of the screen there, the 5 car, that is Nathan Johnson. He's trying to work on that 27 as the 84 gets a great run through here. But the advantage off is going to go to the 5, it looks like a little bit. 84 still got great pace. He wants to get around that 27, so he's going to dive to the inside. As you see Elijah Fisher now using the outside in 3 and 4. Trying to get momentum. Luxury of being out there by yourself is that you can do that, and you see the 84 now dropping to the bottom with the 9 car coming into the picture of Cade Cannon. He is going to see if he can get by the 5 there. And this time Elijah goes back to the bottom, and I think that's going to work out better for him as he regains that gap that he had a moment ago. Side by side for second, third, fourth, fifth. Outside lane is hanging pretty good here, especially through 1 and 2. I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to do that, but they're hanging pretty good with these fresh tires. We'll just have to see how much that's going to beat them up and heat them up. 5 car kind of blinking a little bit, not too bad. And we'll bring up our tower here so everybody can see kind of the gap now that we've gotten underway a little bit. And now you can see Shane Haar on the outside of the 4 car. Can't make that work up high, though. A little bit off pace, and this is going to allow the 27 to go by as well. 27 going to close the door there, not let him get a run off that corner. 27 now goes low to see if he can get around Elijah Fisher. Elijah's way up high. Going to have great momentum off as the 9 is very loose in the middle there. Saved it, lost it again, saved it again. Great job by him. Unfortunately, he's going to lose a bunch of spots, but hey, he didn't wreck it and didn't wreck anybody else. Great save. Elijah Fisher back to the upper wall there, just trying to feel that out, see how it goes, and a few cars are going to go by him here. Not sure that that's going to work out, but he's just feeling it out now, so he knows later. Got a little bit of battle there. Like the 60 and the 88, that's Logan McNeil. 60 cars, Chris Leota. Side by side battle up front here. The 84, sorry, of Jordan Jorno is working on the 27 of Aaron Stanton. Gonna look to the inside this time. 27 doesn't really go high, so hard for him to make any momentum there. And after the 9 had a little bit of issues, he's settling into 10th place. And Elijah Fisher, after going high, settles back into 9th, and so they will continue to try to work back to the front. Having small issues here in the beginning. Tight racing up front, a lot of single file, but very close to each other. Really just taking care of tires, waiting for somebody else to make that mistake. Just don't want to be the one making the mistake. Here we go. We got the 21 of Shane Haar going low on Wade Alexander in the 6th there. See if he can make that pass off the corner. Great momentum. Makes the pass, closes the door. Put him in P3 for now. Shane Haar in the 21. I do believe that the bottom is the preferred line by pretty much everyone in all 4 corners at this point. Now, as the tires wear, we'll have to see if that stays the same on the longer run or if there will be a little bit better momentum, a little bit higher on the track. And 84 now kind of falling back just a little bit off of the 27. And we'll see if he's just kind of regrouping here or if he's kind of eating up the tires a little bit. But good entry into the corner there. Back on the hunt. And you can see from the camera as we pan back, you can see there's just a lot of single file racing there. Bring up our track map so you guys can see there's kind of 2 groups here. We have the first 10 to 12, and then after that we have from 13th back to almost everybody else is in a different groove there. So if we look at the 12th place, and then 13th is kind of way back here with this group here. So as they fan out a little bit and try to get around each other. Go back up front. It's close here. We're almost 3 wide here for the lead. See the 21 now working on the 84. See if he can make this pass off this corner. He has the preferred line, but the 84 has great momentum into the corner. Let's see who carries the momentum off. Looks like that's going to go to the 21 of Shane Haar. Side by side now going into the third corner with the 6 right behind him. Now you're going to see that momentum off by the 84. Gets a little bit of a head of steam there. Barely enough to clear, but can't really. There he goes. He's going to close the door on him and take that position as the 88 on the outside battling the 6 side by side as well. Kind of bricked up here. The 88's going to go 2 lanes down to the bottom, leaving the 84 up there by himself. Shane Haar on the 21 now clear of the 84 up to P2. Jordan Giorno in that 84 truck or car is still doing great, though. He is up 6 positions from where he started. So he is still doing well. I just hope he hasn't eaten up those tires or overheated them to this point, as the 88 now looking on the inside. Excuse me. And we also have, coming back into the picture, that black and white car. You see the 4 there of Elijah Fisher. So he was in 9th, back up to 6th. Put him in 5th now because he just passed the 6 car. And he is coming right back to the front. And Shane Haar is definitely on the hunt here for the lead. He has to be patient, though. You don't want to overcook those tires, so he's going to take his time here. There's no rush. We've only done 18 laps to this point. Plenty of racing left. Four car now underneath the 88. And he makes that pass, so 4 is now in P4. So since he kind of used that high side, fell back there to 9th, he's made up 5 spots since then. So very strong car thus far. Go back up front as Shane Haar there is catching the 27 ever so slightly every lap. He's just a little bit faster, about almost a 10th faster on the last lap. And there he goes to the inside now. Has to kind of avoid a little bit so he doesn't make contact. Gonna have the preferred line here, but let's see the momentum off. That's definitely going to the 27. This corner here in 1 and 2, though, that might be different. Side by side. 27 advantage for now. Momentum off goes to the 21 as he pulls back neck and neck. Neither one able to get it done. Same thing back. So Elijah Fisher now trying to get 3rd place. He has got it. And Shane Haar makes the pass in 3 and 4. So he's got the lead now on lap 21. Elijah Fisher had to get out of that. Was not able to pass the 84 on that lap, as you see the 60 now of Chris Leota coming back into the picture. He is up 5 positions from where he started, so making some methodical gains here. And one thing you notice about this track is there's not a driver that's able to just pull away when you get the clean air. Not that there is a ton of drafting. That air certainly does help when you're in the draft of somebody, but not a ton of help. It does definitely keep the cars a little bit bricked up so they can't run away with it. And we'll see if that's the case as this run goes on. The more the tires, depending on their driving style, the more they may fall off. Elijah Fisher looking inside this 84 again, trying to make this pass. But again, not pushing the issue because he doesn't want to cook his tires. It's going to cost him too much in the long run. Great run here. It looks like he's going to be able to make this pass coming out of the corner. Does. Is he going to close the door? Nope, not comfortable doing that. Pretty close still. He was barely clear, but not the time in the race to do that kind of move. Because now he's definitely clear and he can slide up the track and take that position cleanly. 60 car now looking to the inside too. Looks like the 84 got a little loose off that corner. He's going to lose a couple of spots there. And settle back in at the 6th position. Back up front, about a 2/10 gap that's been holding there for quite a while now. We go back here, we got 4 cars under a blanket and see what's going to happen here for a moment. 84 continuing to kind of fall back a little bit. That outside does not seem to be working for him, at least, at all. So he needs to get an opening here so he can get back to this preferred line. Side by side as they go through there, no real advantage to either driver. 84 had a little bit more momentum, so gets a little bit more room. See what happens off of this. He's going to have to concede that, I think. Yes, as the 15. That's the 12. Actually, that's Mike Hauser there. And he's shown as the 43, but the paint says 12. Or I'm sorry, no, that is Henning in the 12. My fault. He is actually the 12. That's Henning. 43 Hauser is in front of him in that blue and red yellow machine there. Shane Hard getting out to a little bit of a lead here, about half a second it looks like. You see the gap there. So he is able to get away from the 27 now a little bit, as you see the 4 car is hunting the 27 now. See if he can get back into the 2nd position. It's still a little bit of a gap there, but like he was catching him. Take a look at our last lap. So the last lap was about almost 2/10 faster for Elijah. So he is definitely faster at this point, as you see him now looking to the inside going into 1 and 2. Definitely still gaining here. A little bit of momentum goes to the 27 off, but that's just the high side. We'll see how this goes into the corner. 27 goes very wide and is going to concede that position there. So Elijah Fisher back up into 2nd. Take a look a little bit deeper here in the field. Looks like Chad McNeil in this 23 battling with that 32 of Cameron Wessenberg. This is for the 10th position. This is kind of the beginning of that 2nd pack, which is the 2nd pack is kind of spread out now. So these guys are kind of walking away with that a little bit as you see those 4 cars back behind them there. And these 2 cars are running the same line, but you see that 23 is kind of pushing the issue a little bit here. I think he feels like he's faster and wants to get by as soon as he can. Not able to do it just yet, though. This side by side is allowing the 3 of Rob Willoy to kind of come into the picture and see what he can do as well. And now the 3 is there, so we got a 3-car battle. Keeping an eye up front, it looks like it's about a half-second lead as well, and a half-second back to 3rd, so nothing really doing up there right now. We'll stay on this battle a little bit as you see the 32 now walking away, as the 23 now has to keep his eye on the mirror a little bit as well. There, 23 gets a good run through the middle of the corner. And there's really got to be a balance here of aggression and patience, where this 23 feels like, okay, if I get there, I got to get past them, but you also don't want to push it too hard because you still have time in this run and you need those tires. The 3 is now going to look to the outside. I don't know if that's going to work in 1 and 2. Let's see how it goes. Like momentum is definitely with the 23 for now, but look at that run off. 3 is going to make that pass on the outside. There you have it. So 3 car is through. Looks like Hauser is passing the 6 right now as well. This is for 4th position. And their battle has allowed the 12 to catch up to him now. So now we got 3 cars in this mix right here, all fighting for 4th. Doesn't look like any driver making big moves here. As we see the lead, if we go back out, Elijah Fisher there in 2nd. There's the gap to 1st as we are on lap 34 with 100 to go. And we see a couple of cars here now hitting pit road. The 40 of Josh Williams is on pit road. So we'll see what that does to everybody else, if that drags them in or if they're going to do the full fuel run, kind of play this thing a little bit backwards maybe and have a short run, fresher tires at the end of the race. Strategy already starting to play a little bit. Don't see any other cars coming yet. There have been a few, call it 5 or 6, that have been on pit road. So we'll see how that plays out at the end. Shane Har now officially a 1-second lead. Back here you can see the 12 car of Steve Henning has gotten around Wade Alexander in the 6. So Steve is now in the 5th position. So a few of these guys that were up front early kind of fell back now to some of these other guys because they were saving their tires a little bit, and now they're a lot better off. So saving tires is going to be a big deal here. Six car kind of falling back a little bit there. Take a look back at our 2nd place, Elijah Fisher, and the 27 behind him, about half a second there between the two of them. Still waiting to see what happens with pits, if anybody else is going to come in here. We have a caution. It looks like the 54 is stopped on track. That would be Zeb Johnson. Let's take a look and see if we can take a look at what happened here. Here's the 54 approaching the 5. 5 clips the wall. Oh, and the 54 trying to save it, couldn't. Clips the wall on both ends of the car. Comes to a stop there. Didn't stall it and kept going, but I guess iRacing is going to go ahead and throw that caution. So that'll be our first caution here at lap 39. So I would imagine everybody's going to be pitting at this point. We'll have a look-see here when they catch this pace car. There it is there. Buddy will check up, and we'll see if the pit road is open this time. There they go. So pit road is open for the lead lap cars. They will all come in. And like I said, I believe it's going to be pretty much everybody. Couple of cars here not coming in. I want to say they are a lap down. So all of our lead lap cars are in. As you see, Shane Har and Elijah Fisher, front 2 cars here. So we'll see how they come off the pits. And Shane Har is out first. Oh, that's going to be a close one off pit road. Who are they going to give it to? As the rest of the cars file off, it looks like Shane Har is going to maintain the lead there. So biggest mover at this point is Rob Willoy in the 5th position. So he has moved up 14 spots from where he started 19th. So great run by him so far. If we can find him and dial him up, he's going to be in Chevy anywhere. Is grab him right quick. Rob Matthew in the booth, you got me?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, buddy. Hey, so far in this race, you're up 14 positions from where you started. Great run so far. Were you even trying to save the tires, or were you just trying to get track position in that run?
My car was actually picking up and handling a lot better towards the end of that run. I was mainly saving fuel while kind of conserving the tires. I still had about 12 laps before I would have had a pit for fuel, so that caution kind of came out just in time.
Perfect run. All right, well, good luck the rest of the way. We'll be watching.
All right, thank you, buddy.
All right, there you have it. We'll have to see how that 3 car continues to march through the field. Seemed fast the entire run, so he might be somebody to keep an eye on here. Shane Haar also very fast, and Elijah Fisher did a great job of moving back through the field after falling back a little bit. So a couple of players here looking strong early. As we get ready to go back to green, they are underway. The 21 gets a great jump there, and the 43 goes through as well and is going to be clear of the 4. 4 is going to kind of hold line right there, just about half a lane up. Now kind of dip to the bottom. Got some side-by-side back here. 4 cars. 6 car goes down in front of the 3. I would look for the 3 to just kind of take it easy here for a lap or 2, and then you'll see him kind of turn it back on. And Elijah Fisher now working on that 43, trying to get that position back. Right there, we do have the 27 again battling the 3 on the outside. Looked like he was a little loose there on them colder tires, so he's going to let that position go for right now. The 27 moving up the field pretty quick here. Sorry about that. You can see the 27 now trying to pass the 12, makes that happen as well. And the 3 might be going through also. See that top side just not really prevailing much, especially early in the run. Just not really the best spot to be as the 3 goes through, and now the 32 and the 12 is just trying to get back to the bottom. Lets that go. Now I'm sure he'll get back to that bottom and see if he can maintain that position as the 32 goes high there a little bit. Not quite opening the door for him. And the battle up front is heating up. 4 cars, bumper to bumper. 43 looking to the inside Hauser to see if he can make that pass here. Has the preferred line, looking good off the corner. Neck and neck at the line. 4's got to decide what he's going to do. He's going to go low. Thought about 3 wide, but the 43 kind of cut that off. 21's up top now, kind of stuck out there. Gets past 43 to the lead. Now can the 4 make that pass? Like he's barely got it, but not able to maintain enough to go up. So he's going to have to keep going. He's clear now. He can go cut that off if he would like. There he goes. Arcs it into the corner. And now you got the 6 car looking at the 21. 21's got to find a spot to blend in here. Now the 6 is looking underneath him. It's a bad feeling. There's just nothing he can do, unfortunately. He's just kind of stuck out there. Needs to find a way to get down. And now the 4 car looking to the inside of that 43. again, neck and neck at the line. We've seen this inside line prevail in 1 and 2. We'll see if Elijah can do it here. Doesn't look like he's quite going to get that done just yet, but he's still there. So if this 6 car dives and makes it 3 wide, can't really get there to make that happen yet. 43 goes a little wide. This is going to open the door completely for the 4 car. He gets the lead. 43 dives down quick to cut that off so the 6 can't go with him. Now it also looks like the 21 there has some breathing room and can choose a line, but now he's going to the outside again. Got to imagine he wants to get back down, not let that 27 by as well. Now they're all kind of single file there, got it somewhat sorted out for the time being. Now Shane Haar says, okay, the inside's better right now. Let me go there, see if I can get some of these back. We'll see here. Everybody going a little bit wider there. And now Shane Haar has got the 6 car. Closes the door on that so the 6 can't come back. But now he's pinned on the outside again. 27 doesn't look like he can quite get there yet with his momentum. So now the 21 trying to pass the 4 on the outside. Has great momentum off the corner but gets kind of stalled up by the 43. Momentum off of the corner is definitely going to the high side in the 21, but the entry is where it's hurting him, so it's hard for him to make anything happen. But look at this now. He's neck and neck with the leader. We'll see if he's going to be able to make this happen in 3 and 4 here. Doing a great job keeping momentum, arcing those corners on the high side, and look at that. He's got him clear pretty much. Definitely clear at this point. Yes, he's got him. 27 saw that, tried to follow him through. Can't quite do that yet. But look at that momentum there on the outside. So now you see the upper groove starting to come in and work. These guys are going to be side by side for a little bit. It looks like neither one really making anything happen there. As Shane Haar now is able to drive away with these guys side by side. It's exactly what he wants to see. Now, one thing I am noticing is that 4 car of Elijah Fisher is kind of falling off a little bit. Didn't really see him driving super aggressively, so I can't say that it's tires, just lost momentum and lost those guys. So he is going to be back to the 5th position, but hasn't really lost them yet, so he's still going to be there. And you see that 27 now has taken 2nd position from the 43 and got a little bit of a gap. So these guys are getting kind of spread out front here. Not a whole lot of racing going on back here, but we got the 18 of A.J. Thompson working on the 84 there of Jordan Giorno. Trying to see if he can make a pass there for 12. Like he's up to that bumper. He's kind of keeping to the inside there, indicating to the 84 that he's going to go low. Then just kind of follows in his footsteps. Great momentum off, but just can't get to that bumper yet. And you see behind these guys a little bit of action back here with the 88 and 23 as well. This would be for the 14th position. 88 has it, and the 23 wants it. High side not working right there for the 23. You see him kind of fall back to the 60. So that is not working for him on that high side, but other cars were able to make that work. So some guys can do it, some guys are not as good at it. Back up front here Shane Haar kind of driving away a little bit. 27's gapping a little bit, and the 6 is now working on the 43. The battle for third here. Not able to do much there, just kind of following him here. Further back in the field, looks like 52 under fire from the 15. 15 to Travis Eccles is up. Oh, let's see. 13 positions from where he started if he makes this pass. And this is a battle for 9th. Can't make the pass happen, so falls back in line there. Meanwhile, 6 and 43. Still trying. Every time I look, the 6 is getting closer. And then by the time I get there, he's kind of falling back a little bit more. You see his entry to the corner is way better. That's that kind of accordion that I'm seeing on the ticker. He's way better going into the corner, but that's kind of costing him a little bit of speed off. Usually on a 1.5 mile track, you want your speed to be off the corner so you can carry through the straights. Now it looks like that 18 is back inside the 84 there, trying to make that pass for 12. A lot of cars kind of lined up right there. 60 car going pretty wide. 5 is diving into this picture. 5 car battle. Looks like the 18 is going to be able to clear now. So 18 is up to 12th position as the crossover is happening. 84 is... looks like he's going to be going to the pits. He is off pace and going to the pits. Not sure what happened there. That takes care of that battle. Look back up front. Shane Haar is got about half a second there. He is out front. A big gap now between 4th there in the 6 of Wade Alexander, and then Elijah Fisher's back here. About almost a 2-second gap between those groups of cars. So this set of tires doesn't look like it's working as good for Fisher, but may also just be buying time, just taking care of the tires so that later in this run he will be able to catch back up and hopefully pass these guys. It does look like we are definitely going to have long run green flags tonight. We are approaching halfway in this race already. Looks like Chris Leota now using the outside, working on this 88 as the 5 is diving into there as well. Wasn't that long ago we were just talking about the 18 passing them, and now he is at the back of this 4-car pack. So these guys are jockeying around quite a bit for position. As you see the 60 now, Chris Leota, he gets out front there in this pack. So that puts him in the 12th position, and really these guys should be lined up and just trying to make good laps to get back to the guys that are up front, but they're going to go ahead and battle each other here for now. Take a look, Elijah there. The 9 car looks to be catching him a little bit. And just as I say that, Elijah has a great corner and gaps him a little bit more, so... Nine car has great entry speed. Again, a lot of these guys that are attacking the corners going into the corner, it's costing them speed off so they can pull up to that bumper, but can't make a pass off the corner. As you see the 9 aggressively kind of blocking that 12 car there. It looks like that pass is going to happen inevitably. Unfortunately, the 9 not able to hold him off. And as we go into this corner, I got to imagine he's going to be able to get the pass. There, he's barely clear right there. 9 is going to have a little bit of momentum off, but probably not enough for this crossover move. So 12 of Steven Henning is going to be in 6th position now. Which gives, with those guys battling, a little bit of breathing room to Fisher for a couple of laps here anyways. Let's take a look back as the 43 is now passing the 27 for the 2nd position. And he's going to have that through 2. He gets that spot. Now let's see what the 43 can do, if he's going to be able to set sail here and kind of try to catch Har, or if this is going to continue to be a battle. We're officially past halfway. 27 absolutely not giving up here. Great run off of 4 to get a nose out in front of the 43 as they go into the corner. Got the pass made for now. Very tight quarters there, but he makes that pass and slides in front. 43's bumper is all over him. Let's go right quick onto the roll bar. Take a look at what he sees from the passenger seat. He can pass him here. Great momentum through there. All the way down on that white line, just going the shortest route possible, but can't really make anything happen just yet. See, now he's definitely on that bumper, but running the same line. Gotta find a way to get around here. Looks like he's faster in 3 and 4, but not as much in 1 and 2. So now the 27 leaves the door open just a little bit. Not enough to get your nose in there, though. '27's kind of arcing that a little bit wider, which I think is why he's getting a little bit better momentum off of that corner. He's taking kind of the angle out of the middle off. See that run right there, and he's going to get to the inside. See if he can make that happen. Can't quite get it done. Still has the inside. Let's check it through 1 and 2. Can't do it there either, and this is just making it so Shane Har's got a 2.5-second lead now as 43. These guys battle and brings the 6 into the equation here. The 6 would love to have been able to dip down to the bottom and get them both in 1, but can't make that happen as the 43 kind of close the door and use the bottom. These guys side by side. There's nowhere for the 6 to go. He's got to kind of try to pick a lane, which one, whoever he thinks is faster and is going to pass. All of this side by side, you see now the 4 and the 12 coming into the picture. This is just bringing these guys back to these other drivers. 2.25 seconds now for the leader out front as we just went 3 wide there for a moment. Plenty of space on this track, so not real dangerous, but now you see the 4 getting past the 27, so net loser there is the 27. He's going to have to try to get back to the bottom and regroup here. Meanwhile, the 4 is turning it on, seeing if he can get another spot here from the 6 of Alexander. Oh, and the 4 is loose. Save it, save it. He's got it. Trying a little hard there. You don't want to slide those tires. Now his tires are going to be pretty heated up for a lap or 2 after that, so he's going to have to kind of regroup here, take a couple corners a little bit easy, get that car back underneath them, and then see if he can set sail again. while Hauser is still in second place, and the gap up to front is quite a bit. You can see it there. He's got a big lead now. Smooth sailing for Shane Haar. Fisher again battling back, and it looks like the 6 and the 43 now have kind of gotten a little bit of a gap from these guys, and 6 is going to see if he can put himself in second place. Six is glued to that bottom there, and it's working for him. He's catching the 43 slowly. .43 has been battling like a lot of vehicles, a lot of heat he's taken here in the second place, so he is definitely working those tires. As you see these guys back here, 3 wide for the second. The 12 gets out of it. The 84 is, I believe, a lap vehicle, so he is not for position. He's trying to, I think he's the one that pitted a little bit earlier. He's got fresher tires, and I believe he's just trying to get a lap back the hard way, but he's got a little ways to go here. Go back here, you got the 23, also a lap car. Powering through there with his fresh tires. So he's on the hunt now for the 21 of Shane Haar to get his lap back. Wants to get that done as quick as possible, but lots of cars here in this group, all but the 84 for position. See Fisher there kind of saying, okay, he's got fresh tires, I'm going to go through with him. 27 up high here, see if Elijah is floating up the track. Can't quite make the pass there with that little slide up the track, so he's going to try it again here with the inside line. He definitely has that pass, so Elijah Fisher back up to 4th. This is where it gets a little bit dicey because this 84's got fresher tires, wants to go by, but these guys are battling for position, so he's able to hold that car on the bottom very well. And so able to make that pass cleanly. And now look at this, the 6 car got a peek inside, can't quite make it happen, and the 4 is definitely catching him. Meanwhile, up to 2.5 seconds to the leader. Looking back through the field, I don't really see any tight battles, so we're going to stay on this one as this is the closest racing on the track. As you see now, Fisher is in the inside there of Alexander. It's a little loose off that corner. Oh no, and the 6 kind of comes off the wall into the 4. I think that's going to bring out a caution. It does. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's go back and see exactly how that transpired from the overhead. So the 4 kind of dips down. Oh, the 6 kind of just clipped the wall, and it bounced the car off the wall into the 4. Tough break for him. Great racing and great battle there. I'm sure he's going to be able to recover and get back on the track, but he's currently scored in the 13th position, so going to be kind of a little bit of work for him to do here as you see him get off the track. Now we'll see they've caught the pace car. Let's see if we're actually going to be open pit road here. And yes, the leaders are coming in. That 84 should be our wave around car. And it looks like the 6 car who was got spun there on that, he actually had 2 toes, so something got damaged a little bit more than it looked like there, so that's going to cost him some time for sure. Shown in the 21st position now. We'll check the race off again. Looks like Shane Haar is going to have that. Second's going to be the 43 there of Alexander. And Fisher, no. It's going to be Cannon, Henning, and then Fisher. They all work their way off. Have a chat here with our, we can get our 9 car of Cade in the 3rd position. There he is. Cade, Matthew in the booth. You got me?
What's up, man?
Hey, looking pretty good out there. Up 8 positions from where you started. Now in P3. How you liking it so far?
Like it good on definitely the fresh tires, but having to still kind of figure out how to manage them way more because we figured out a little bit better that second start, but after a good bit, I know very well they started losing them, so trying to figure out a better way to save on them more that I can here.
Yeah, with that hot track temperature, those tires are going away. We're getting the long green flag runs, so strategy is definitely going to play in. You can't go full out, but hey, looking good. You gonna try to save a little bit more here, or are you gonna try to see if you can get that 21 and keep him behind you?
We'll see what happens on the start here. Depending on how far he gets out or where he goes, I'll probably try to save a little bit more here and hopefully be able to save more and stay up here. Because after that last run there, I knew I started losing it after I started falling back. So hoping either way, hopefully it works better for us.
Yeah, very good. All right, well, good luck. We'll be watching. Remind me, were you hanging in Chevy 1 or 2?
1.
1. All right, buddy. I'll put you back. Have a good one.
Take it there.
All right, so there's our 9 car. See what he can do from this 3rd position. He's going to be right behind the leader when we take this start. So he's going to be the first one that gets to see when he goes, and we'll see exactly what he can do with that as they are in the restart zone. Back at it. 21, great jump. 4 kind of pushing the 9 there a little bit. Gives the 9 some momentum as you see the 54 there coming off pace for pit road. He's going to kind of stay to the bottom, out of the way. 4 car is wasting no time here. He wants to get back up front. 4 has to go real low. Going to be kind of an awkward entry into the corner. Close racing, maybe a little bit of a touch, but no harm, no foul. Rubbin's racing. 9 car hanging tough out there. Usually in the beginning of the run, the outside is not so good. And the 9's going to kind of cut that run off a little bit. Doesn't want to be on the outside and doesn't want to be racing hard side by side right now as we just talked to him. I think he wants to kind of just take it easy. Let's hold these tires underneath us. So now he just wants to kind of ride in that 3rd position for a little while, I think, and save those tires for later in this run. As you see the 43 going by. The 43 is a car so far that is not afraid to be aggressive here. We'll see what he can do. Side by side, no advantage either way. 21 goes really high there. Gives up some ground, but gets great momentum off of the corner there. 4 car now looking outside the 9. Oh, and the 4 is kind of doing the same thing right back to the 9. The 9 just did it to him. 4 kind of did it, but 4 was not as clear. And a little bump. Look at the momentum it cost them both. And now they got a whole group of cars behind them. I got to imagine they want to get this sorted out. So many cars back there. One mistake and you could lose 6-7 spots easy. They are side by side, 4 or 5 rows deep. Intensity picking up here as we have 44 laps to go. Nobody really wanting to give an inch. 4 car dive into the inside there. If he wants to get 2 and 1, and that's looking really good, but the momentum off. Oh, it's so close. Momentum off goes to the outside though, but he's still there. No. Elijah loses that kind of momentum there a little bit. Stays in the same spot though. Hasn't lost anything. Meanwhile, it looks like that 9 car is just kind of hanging there, but he is not aggressively racing. If somebody wants to go, he's kind of letting them go. I think he's going to be stronger later in the run here. Now the 4 car you see has second place secured. 43 kind of dropping back a couple spots. Just kind of getting shuffled a little bit. Now he's in front of the 9 car that kind of slowing him up just a little bit. But looks like 43's got it collected and is good. Now that you see the 4 is definitely hunting this 21. He wants to get by him so he can kind of hold him there. But we're going to have to see if he's able to make that pass. No one has been able to get to 21 and make that pass stick yet. Still side by side back there, the 3 and the 43. Now you see going up a lane or so is definitely helping these guys. I think it's not a matter of track, it's a matter of aggression. They are holding that throttle a little bit more up there, but that is going to wear their tires. So we'll see how these guys, this 9, this 3, and the 4 was doing it as well. We'll have to see how this run goes for them later on. But you see the 4 and the 21 kind of checking out as these guys are still side by side, 2-3 rows deep. Looks like the 43 had it clear there for a second. Could have shut the door, but didn't. Didn't want to get run over. Just no real advantages. You do see the 3, though, gets clear of the 9, so he's going to take that spot. 32 of Westenberg gets clear of the 43 as well. So that spot is settled for the time being. Now the 3 car's got momentum. He's on the hunt. Nine car you see kind of falling back still a little bit. The 84 there gets around. 84 is now 4th position. He is actually in the 6th position, so he was a lap down before, got a wave around, and is moving through the field quickly. He's working the outside of the 3 car now. I believe that 9 car is just kind of, he's just kind of riding right now. He knows that if we go long run that these guys are eating their tires up and that he's going to be able to get them back. But 3 wide is not where you want to be. That 12 car gets a little sideways there with a little bit of contact. And when you're just trying to log some laps and get guys later, you do not want to be 3 wide. Definitely not what he wanted, but it all got sorted out. No damage done. Take a peek back up front here. Elijah is still hanging with Har at this point. Not able to make a lot, but you can see there's over a 1.5 seconds, as you saw on the screen there. There's a good shot of a 1.5 seconds to the car in 3rd position. So all that side by side and battling has really slowed those guys down. But now the 43 is clear, and so he's going to try to see if he can track these guys down. Shane Har was a 10th faster on that lap. Go back here to these guys. 84 still on the hunt. Now he's looking for the 32 car that goes really high up there in 1 and 2. Going to have great momentum off the corner. The 27 is looking to slingshot by as well. He's looking for 3 wide. As the 32 scrapes the wall, that's going to cost him a lot of momentum. Recovered very well, though. Didn't hurt him too bad. Just lost to the 27, the 84 now. Can't make that pass yet. .32 does seem to be a little bit off pace here. Maybe he was realizing he was going to hit that wall, had to let off a little bit, so he didn't hit it. 84 has gotten around the 3. 84 is up to 5th position. Driving hard to get back up to the front here. He may not have the best tires at the end of the run, but I also don't think at this point, now that I'm looking at the laps, they may be able to split this into 2 segments and not actually have to go the whole thing. So if that's the strategy, then go ahead and run hard 2 straight segments here if it stays green, and you're not going to really have a ton of fall off because you don't got to go a full run. So that could be the strategy there for the 84, and right now it's working. Go back up front here as we do see Elijah kind of closing that gap on the 21. Getting real close now. He's on him. Shane definitely using the middle lane on this track, which is costing him a little bit of time in the middle of the corners. And now you see Elijah pulling up side by side. He's got his bumper inside him, so he's going to have that low line for 1 and 2. And there he goes. He's got him clear. Is he going to float up and take it? He's going to stay to the bottom, but just passes cleanly. 21's going to have momentum now, but is he going to have enough to get back to the inside? Look at him all over his bumper. Not going to dive in. Probably not really too worried about it right now. He figures it's a longer run. He's just going to let it happen and get back there in a few laps. Look at that close on the entry, but then off. See where it costs him now. Great run again off the corner. 21 still not making that dive. Shane Haar is just content to be here right now. I think he wants to try to make that 4 drive harder than he wants to, so he eats up his tires and makes that pass easy a little bit later. See how that strategy works out, as he's now to the outside of him. Shane Haar has been really good on the outside line today when he needs to be. When he's running by himself, he definitely is on the low side, but he's not afraid to go up there and use that. It's definitely working for him, but you can see now the 43 is closing the gap. Hauser is there. 27 of Stanton is there. And the 9 car is back in the 5th position. So he made up a few spots after kind of falling back from the 3rd position. So we'll see if he saves some tire and is able to now track these guys down. So I got to imagine now that the 43 car's there, yeah, the 23 is like, okay, it's time to go. So he's going to try to get around there, which he does pretty easily now. I think he was just buying his time, but seeing those other cars catch, now he's got to go. And if this leaves these guys side by side, then the 21 is going to be able to check out again. And the 43 now is by the 4. 27 working on the 4. 4 car not as good on that high side, as it looks like he does dip back in 4th. And now here's the 9 car. 4 floating up the track. 9 car is going to make that pass as well. So like I said, let's keep an eye on this 9, because he kind of fell back, took care of his tires, and now you see him able to just pull up on these guys. The lead is right there in front, so these guys are all there. The 9 now is looking inside the 27, seeing if he can get another spot. Looks like he might get 2 for 1 right here. And he does. He is ahead, but look at the head of steam the 27 has, pushing that 9 essentially out to the front there. So the 9 is all the way back up to 2nd position after the restart in 3rd, fell back to 7th or 8th, back up to 2nd. Now we'll see how much tire he's got left here to track down the 21. 25 laps to go in this one. And the 27 gets the inside on the 9. See how this works out. You know, the 9 doesn't want to see this. He doesn't want to see that 43 catch him again. R definitely wants to see this. He's pulling away. 9 car hanging tough on the outside. He is clear at this point. Needs a couple of good corners here. The 9 does this so he can get away from the 27, which it looks like he is now. So now we can see, now that he's got a little bit of breathing room, run the line you want, relax, and see if he can catch Har. About a half a second lead there to the leader. Have to keep an eye on that. Looks like back here we're 3 wide as the 3 car, and the 84 kind of falling back a little bit. Now that 84, remember, he was running really tough in the beginning, and now he's going to have to pit again. This may be by design, though. This may be what he wanted to do. So he made up a whole bunch of spots after getting the wave around. Now he's pitting with 22 to go, and if these other guys have to pit, they are going to be slower on these laps, and this may work out for the 84 if everyone else still has to pit. Keep an eye on their fuel window. That 27 has gotten around 9 of Cade Cannon, so Aaron Stanton now seeing what he can do, and now the lead is only 3.5, 4 tenths, so now we're going to see if the 27 can catch him. And if these guys have to pit, the question is when. If I was in this race and I still had to pit, I'd be doing it right now. So I could get 20 laps, good racing, good, clean, fresh tires. Everyone else's are wearing out. So they may not have to pit. 4 tenths is the lead. Not much of a change. Go back to 8th position here, the 60 car. Chris Leota trying to get Travis Eccles, but Travis Eccles in that white and yellow machine there, that 15 car, still up 15 positions from where he started, so having a great run there. Looks like he's kind of driving away a little bit now. There's the lead up front. 62 is a lap car. And yeah, this lead is just hanging right at 4 tenths. Guys are evenly matched here. 3 car there, you see his pit, so he will probably be coming through pretty quick. He is the first car a lap down right now in the 11th position, so he can unlap himself here. If he can do that, he's going to be sitting pretty good if these leaders have to pit. Oh, and he's going to make contact with the 27. Oh no, and the 62 comes off the wall. The 3 was going up the track and they met in the middle. This is going to be a caution. This will definitely change things. We'll go back and take a look. This is Rob Willoit. And yeah, you can see the 3's going up. The 62 comes off the wall. The 3's got to be a little bit upset that the 62 did that because he's a lap car, but 3 was moving up as well, so he's not completely innocent in this. But our leaders, this changes things. So these guys, I assume, are definitely going to pit. We have the 3 cars not going to get the wave around. He was the wave around car, but being in the caution, I don't believe that they're going to let him have that. So we will have 1 car. Looks like it's probably going to be Jason Williams in that 40 getting the wave around. These guys up front will be pitting here. There they go. So we see our top 4, but I imagine as the others catch up, they're all coming in now. We'll take a peek at the race off pit road. See, all of the top 10 are in the pits. The 4 is sliding in hard, trying to get any time made up that he can. Got a nice angle off though out of that. As the 21 car did go up on the left side first, he is out. Oh, and the 4 just kind of spun the tires a little bit. But the 27 ends up winning the race off pit road. Aaron Stanton in that 27 going to win the race off. Let's talk to him real quick. Aaron, Matthew in the booth, you got me?
What's up, Matt?
Well, you had a good, strong car there on that run. It would have been nice to see if you could catch hard, but hey, we'll take it in the pits too, right?
I guess I would rather be the one chasing, to be honest. I felt like I had him that run.
Yeah, for sure. You were definitely fast. Now, tell me, were you guys going to have to pit anyway?
No, I had a lap left.
Okay.
I was good by a lap.
So you were good, just not for a green white checker. I was thinking that was the case with everybody. So well, listen, I mean, that would have been great to see. This is the thing now. You got the lead. You're going to be able to control the field. How do you feel about your chances?
I don't know, man. Shane's fast.
Yeah.
I thought I had the strategy there, trying to beat him on the tire strap, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Turns out that wasn't the case.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Good luck. It's just time to drive hard now. Forget about the tires, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck the rest of the way. Let's see. You were in Chevy 2, right?
Yep.
All right. There you go. So he knows that Shane Haar is tough. He's gonna have to get this jump here, and I mean, I think he'll be able to get it since he is the control car. It's a matter of these first couple of laps if he can hold them behind. Remember, Shane Haar on the outside there is not afraid to use that, so don't look for him to try to be jumping to the bottom as soon as possible. I think he's perfectly fine being out there and riding around the outside. So going to be interesting to see what Shane does here and what his strategy is going to be with that 9 car and the 4 behind him. There we go, green. So the 4 is pushing the 27 a little bit. 21 with a great jump, stayed right with the 27 there, so he's right on the outside. Momentum going to the 27, 27 now, and looking pretty clean. Is he going to shut the door? No, he cannot do it. He kind of hesitated just a little bit. Now the 4 to the inside, 3 wide for the lead. 4 car definitely has momentum there. Let's check it off the corner. Ooh, that's tight. That is tight. Look at that. Nobody's going to give up at this point. No one's going to let off. Tires are not a factor. 13 laps to go. The inside lane kind of stalled out a little bit there, so Elijah has to get in behind that 27 for the time being. And like I said, 21 does not mind being up there. He will do that every lap if he has to. But he has been great up there all race. And now the 4 car kind of pushing that 27. Kind of has to at this point. 3 wide didn't work out. He's got to get somebody to clear the other so he can try to follow through. But giving him that bump a little bit cost him some momentum. So now he's got to play defense on that 9. As the 21 now is directly behind the 27. He's going to kind of buy his time a little bit here and time that pass. Car with a big, or 4 car, sorry, with a big dive to the inside there. '21 kind of scraped the wall a little bit. Doesn't look like it scrubbed any speed off of it though. Now '21 looking to the inside. Stanton's going to kind of block that off. 10 laps to go as we cross the line here. Now you see a little bit of a gap here. 27 making up a little bit of ground here. So doesn't have to worry about the 21 peaking a bumper for the time being anyway. Let's see if this 21 wants to go up high and ride around him. He doesn't actually. 27 goes up half a lane. Still able to keep out in front. No real pressure here. Stanton looking good. He really wants to see that Fisher get to the 21 and see if he can kind of start battling him for second. That would take the pressure off, but the 21 is still staying right there on his bumper. Running just a little bit lower. Again through 3 and 4, so Shane is not using the outside like I thought he may try, but that may just be a defense mechanism because the 4 is so close. Now you see at least a car length there. Now you see the 21 going, half a car length, a little bit higher. He's going where the 27's not, just trying to do something or keep him looking in the mirror, hoping he's going to make a mistake. And now he's right there, but can't stick his bumper inside. Not yet, anyway. There he is. Now he's there. He waited, and now he's making the pass, and it looks like he is clear. And now the 4 wants to get through as well. There goes the 4. Look, not quite clear. Good momentum for the 27. This is exactly what Shane Haar wants to see. These guys battling for second place. Now he's got like a 2-car length lead. Looking good. No real pressure. We are 5 to go this time by. And the lead is just getting a little bit bigger ever so slightly. And you see the 27 kind of clip the wall a little bit. That's going to cost him some momentum. 4 goes to the inside. 43 goes to the inside. Let's see if the 27 can recuperate and get some momentum off the corner here. He's got enough to hold the 3rd position. Elijah Fisher now in 2nd. And now you see a half-second lead there for Shane Haar. He's kind of checking out as these guys are battling. No real change there. Looks like they're just kind of lined up here. Shane Haar with 3 to go. Just kind of nice and easy holding his line as these guys are still battling it out. 27, I think, kind of nudged the 4 there a little bit in that corner. But just can't get there to do anything. Got 2 laps left. And really the battle at this point is for second. And it's a tough feeling there. There's nothing. The 27 is doing everything he can, but there's just not enough. He's got to do something different, but he can't let this happen right here as the 43 now looking to the inside, trying to take him off the podium. And 1 lap to go. Let's see who's going to get 3rd here. His 1st and 2nd are pretty much wrapped up. This is going to be all the way to the line, I think. 27 goes wide, tries to keep momentum. Let's see how it's going to be at the line. It looks like that he went too wide there, but he does have momentum. Going to try a crossover. Can't make it happen. 43 gets 3rd position. Shane Haar is our winner tonight. Elijah Fisher in 2nd. Mike Hauser comes in third. So as they wind down, we'll let everybody finish and get our grid. There we have it. So we already mentioned our top three. Aaron Stanton's going to take fourth. Cade Cannon in fifth. Steve Henning is sixth. Chris Leota is seventh. Eighth is going to go to Chris Eccles. Ninth is Cameron Wessenberg. Bobby Hadaway is going to round out your top 10. So you see Hauser going down the pit road. Let's see if we can grab him for his interview in third place here. Mike Matthew in the booth, you got me?
Oh, yep, I got you.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, finished third tonight. Great run, up 5 positions from where you started. Take us through those final laps and making that late pass.
Oh my God, it was. I mean, all race, it was a lot of tire saving, and I felt like that kind of played to our advantage there. I felt I was really good on those long runs, and it was tough because you had to like choose where you were going to save, where you weren't. And that last restart, I didn't know how I wanted to play. I know we had to be aggressive because I only had like 15 laps to go, and I tried to be aggressive there, and I had to get around Cameron. He put up a good fight, and then I just had to try to hold in line there behind the leaders. And I was talking to Aaron, and I hope it's no hard feelings there, just some hard racing, and I hope he's not too upset. But I know he probably would have done the same if I was on the outside there. So just some good racing tonight.
Of course, that's what you're supposed to do. All right. Well, hey, great run. You have any team, sponsor, friends, family? Who do you want to thank tonight?
Well, I definitely want to thank all my teammates at Ford. There's a lot of them. I can't name them all, but guys like Elijah and Steve and Cam and all those guys, or Camo. They're all, and then obviously anyone who's watching, friends, family, and I want to thank you for doing the broadcast. Love watching it.
Very good, man. Well, congratulations on the run tonight. We will see you next week.
Ford, thank you.
All right. So let's get our second place, Elijah Fisher. See if I can grab him in here. Elijah Matthew in the booth. Got me?
Yes, I do.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, great run tonight. We saw you kind of yo-yoing back and forth a little bit. Take us through the strategy late in the run there. What were you thinking? What were you trying to get done?
We were trying to get to victory lane. Just, I don't know. The car was good everywhere around. I was trying to figure out how it was long, short run, pushing, not pushing, all that. So, yeah, we had a lot of different stuff going into everything. So I guess towards the end, we were just trying to, I don't know, just figure out what we needed. And
yeah, well, that last run, it wasn't tires anymore, right? It was just go all out, and some guys were falling back, and some guys were moving forward. But you moved forward. I think you started third or fourth in that final start there, and it looked like the 43 and the 21 were kind of going at it, and somebody kind of ate up their tires a little bit too much. I guess it can happen in those short runs too, though.
yeah, I agree. I don't know. I was taking care of the tires pretty well all race. We had a really good car. Ford Mustang was fast. We could get to the bottom lane right on the paint, and that's where all the grip was for me. I felt like I could really roll the corner a lot better than everybody else, and it kind of came down to a battle of the air. Shane was really good at blocking it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the question would have been asked, what else I would have needed, and I've been asking myself that, but I don't know. I feel like the 27 could have taken a little bit of an L after the 21 got past him, and didn't try to sit on the outside there. That was a killer all night. It was just 2 cars being in a row. Just you finish 6/10 behind, 7/10 behind. That's all you need. Just 2 cars in a lane, and I just feel like I didn't get that chance.
Yeah, we certainly saw that. And I think I said it on live too. Is like when that 27 was side by side, that's exactly what Shane Har wants to see, but not what either one of y'all wanted. But
Yeah.
you can't give up the spot either. It's late in the run, so everybody going for it. But I mean, great run. Second place is nothing to bat your eyes at. You had a great race tonight. Give us your friends, family, sponsors, anybody you want to thank.
I mean, second's good, but that's all I've been getting for a top spot yet. Haven't got that win, so it's
Yeah.
kind of sore, but I mean, it's good. It's good work. But yeah, thanks, Mom, for watching. All the fans, everybody who tuned into the broadcast. Thanks for giving Matthew Gall the views and everything. Give him the likes and subscriptions and all that good stuff. Got to thank the good Lord above.
Sure. All right. Well, great one tonight. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
All right. Get Shane Har, our winner. Shane, Matthew in the booth. Got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right. Well, great run again tonight for you. I want to kind of talk about running that kind of middle line. It seemed like you were doing it better than anybody. What was the thought process there? Not worried about tires, just you were able to roll the corners better than most people were able to do up there.
Yeah, I was. I kind of was starting to lift early, and be patient in that throttle early on in the run. So, that long run, I'd have that extra, tenth or two on the field, and it seemed to work out really great. We had a great first run. I think we did 39 laps, 38 laps. So,
Yeah, it was a lot.
that was great. Was just about ready to pit there. I would have liked to see it go green just to see what we could have done with that second run, but all in all, it was a good race.
Yeah, it was a good run. I mean, you definitely had some battles, right? I mean, there was some guys up there like the second to last run, the 27 looked like he was kind of catching you a little bit. That would have been fun to watch if we didn't get the caution, but it looked like as the run went on, you definitely had saved some tire and were using that outside lane. So I don't know if he would have got there or not, but that'd have been fun to see. But either way, I mean, great run for you. Great race. Who do you want to thank? Teammates, sponsors, friends, family? What you got?
Yeah, I want to shout out, the teammates over here on Toyota. I wouldn't be able to do it without any of them. Appreciate the teamwork. I want to thank you, of course, for broadcasting. All the admins in this league for, putting on great racing every Monday night for us all. And, of course, my girlfriend, sitting in the other room, let me race every night that I want and basically enjoy what I do. So we're going to celebrate this one and hope for many more this season.
Right on. Well, great race tonight. We will catch you next week. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
All right. Well, there you have it. That's your race winner, Shane Har, after a great performance this night. I wouldn't say dominating, but led a lot of laps and was up there quite a bit. Had a little bit of heat from some guys, had to pass some guys sometimes. So very exciting race here at Legacy, Texas. Thank you to everybody for tuning in to the SRN Network. We will see y'all next week.